Hey guys, here we are at Screaming Monkey Garage once again, and the 52 Ford Gasser project. The no engine saga continues. It's been at the machine shop for probably about 5 weeks now. It was supposedly in the hot tank last week, but still have not heard anything. We're just trying to find out if the cylinders can be bored or not, if we have to start over looking for an engine. There's a 351 Windsor. But one thing we did get done, if you can see, we have some tires on the back finally. These are a Facebook find. They are 26, 10, 15 inch. So these are, the wheels are 10 inch by 15. We got those from, I think it was Summit or Speedway, I can't remember. But these are some, we got these on Facebook pretty much for mock-up purposes, but they look to be in pretty good shape still. Pretty cheap. So, one thing we did, so when we got those on there, we had recently put a new rear end in it, or an 8.8 rear end in it, and new shocks and everything. When I first put the wheels on there, the space was kind of generally as you see it right now, but then when we bounced the rear end up and down to see how much clearance we had, it settled down to basically maybe an inch above the tire. Right now there's approximately 3 inches. So what I did, which I had seen some videos and Facebook told me how to do it, is on these 52, probably 54, 52 to 53, 54 Fords, there's this spring shackle back here where the spring shackle is usually up inside the C bracket there. And basically what you do is you just jack up one side at a time, put a pry bar in there, pry it down, and then let the jack down slowly as you're still prying, and it pops the shackle downward. So that gave me at least an inch and a half more clearance. So hopefully that'll work. Hopefully it'll stay in that, they'll stay in that position when you drive it around, but we'll find out. But yeah, these kind of fill the wheel wells really nice. As you can see, I modified the wheel wells. I really don't like the radius wheel wells on these cars because of the way the fender sticks out there, the rear quarter. Too much going on. So I tried to keep a 50s style wheel well, you know, sort of like the front wheel well shape, and it seems to look pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Another thing is, I don't know if I talked about it in the last video, but we, of course, Chinese parts always get us. I got an Amazon proportioning valve. Since the rear brakes are disc brakes and the fronts were still have the stock fronts on there, even though they have new shoes and new springs and new wheel cylinders. But disc brakes don't require as much pressure, so we got a proportioning valve on there. The first one did not work right out of the box, brand new. I've since got it to work by taking it apart and reassembling it, but I went ahead and spent just a few more dollars and got this All-Star one, which it worked right out of the box. They're supposedly rebranded Wildwood, but I don't know. That's just what I heard. So that's one problem we had. And then, like I said, we replaced the wheel cylinders and shoes on the front brakes. And those came from, I can't remember if it was Rock Auto or something like that. They had them in stock. It was relatively inexpensive. I got the, I can't remember what the heavy duty shoes, I think they were. And on this side, for some reason, when we adjusted them out, it would go forward, but then it would lock up going backwards. I mean, it would lock like it was hitting something. And I couldn't figure out what it was. It was a metal noise, kind of. It would just, you couldn't move it an inch and it would lock up, and you couldn't get it to do anything. You could roll forward but not roll backwards. So what I finally did is I took it apart, and I noticed that the linings on the shoes had a slight bevel on the very end of them, and I could see some wear marks on those bevels, those beveled areas on both shoes. So what I did is I just increased that bevel slightly on the very end, the lower end on this side, on the front side, and then we had no problems. It turned fine, just like normal front and back. So I don't know if that was a manufacturing issue or whatever, but that's what we had to do on that. Yeah, so I think those tires fill the wheel well pretty nicely. They just barely stick out on the edge. Not too bad. The 10-inch wide tire on the 10-inch wheel looks pretty good. It's straight up and down on the sidewall pretty much, as opposed to bowing in or bowing out really. So yeah, let us know what you think. We'll keep you updated if we have anything else come up. So a couple other things. I went ahead and ordered some rubber spring spacers for the front. We want to keep the front end up higher once the engine gets in there. Right now the car is pretty much level without the engine sitting in there. So we're trying to figure out a way without putting a straight axle on here to get the front end up. And I've ordered a couple of rubber spring spacers off of Amazon. I'll include a picture on here of those. We'll see if those work at all. And the other thing is, so those are Mickey Thompson drag ETs on the back. And for you younger guys, you may not know this, but Mickey Thompson was a famous racer 40 plus years ago, and he was murdered in a hit-style murder, supposedly by a business partner over a couple $100,000 gold coin purchase type thing. Probably some other issues going on there too, but that was pretty interesting.
If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.